It's Unit for True Game Heads, and I'm here with Dana at Electronic Arts. He's going to tell us about the latest iteration of the Need for Speed series.
Well, thanks for coming out today. So what we got here is Need for Speed Shift. Obviously, a long line in Need for Speed games. This year, earlier this year, we made an announcement talking about making games that are more of a kind of breaking the franchise up a little bit, making games that are devoted sincerely to arcade racers, like with Need for Speed Nitro on the Wii, or like a game like Need for Speed Shift, which is really catering towards that authentic simulation style racing genre. And of course, we still do our action games. Need for Speed World Online is coming out later on this year, and that's like that core cops open world. Everyone's gonna love that as well. But with Shift here is what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a game that was really about the race experience. We wanted people to feel what it was like to be behind the cockpit. And that's both in that second-to-second moments of the visceral, like your head shaking when you hit the wall, when you slam on the brakes, the camera moves forward, when you accelerate, your head moves back. Just really kind of immersive, visceral cockpit experience. And then the other part of it is creating a dynamic such as that. So when you're driving the game, you're creating a personalized profile that reflects who you are as a driver. So as you're driving, whether you're a precise driver, mastering corners, doing clean overtakes, you're going to get precision points. And if you're an aggressive driver, knocking people out, hitting them off the road, that kind of stuff, drifting around corners, then you're going to get more of aggressive points. So what we want to do is then, as you start playing longer and longer, you're going to hold personalized career mode that is going to set car unlocks, track unlocks, customization unlocks, designed to who you are as a gamer. So your experience is entirely different than my experience potentially. So you may unlock the DB9, nice hot Aston Martin James Bond car, pretty soon if you're a precision driver, whereas I'm more aggressive, maybe I'll unlock the Shelby GT500. So I got a little bit of weight, I can knock some cars around.
Got a little muscle in it.
There you go, yeah. So if you want to look at the screen here, I can talk a little bit what it's about. So we got profile points right here. So as a person that just did this race as they were driving, I think they ended up getting a little bit more aggressive points, did some cool stuff like that. You can see you level up here, your points start leveling up, so you can see where he is on the scale to be the next level. We got badging here, which, think about like a first-person car game, right? Like a first-person shooter, that kind of thing, right? So you get your badges, all that kind of stuff, creating a tailored profile to who you are, and then tracking wins and losses and stars. All of this combined together creates that customized profile, which we're talking a little bit about, such so that who you are is reflected on this. It's also online. So if you're driving online, you're still generating your points, everything like that. So it's really tight that way. Because what we want is we don't want the grind. We look at there's a lot to racing that's not just about finishing first. We know you got to finish first. We're all about first, but we're also about how you drive is who you are. So if you're on the road, you're driving, and you're an aggressive driver. Well, you know what? We want you to be rewarded for that. We want people to keep driving. So even if you're in last place, you're going to get points. You're going to keep leveling up. Make it fun.
Now, is there any type of customization that you can do to the cars?
Totally. Customization is a core aspect of Need for Speed. And what you're doing this year is your customization is all based around making that performance machine, whether it's aggressive or precision again. So you're going to go through and you can obviously make it look how you want visually, put your vinyls on, your number, your name, whatever you want to do that way. But then you're also going to be able to tune it for performance. So that's visual performance, like a spoiler on the back to give you some downdraft, as well as just rip out the interior, make the car lighter, and then just make it look good. And so it's all about how you drive and making it fast, but making it stylish at the same time.
Nice.
I know you want a stylish car.
Of course I do. I might not tamper with some of the muscle cars because I like the classic look. So,
yeah.
But can you tell us about some of the online modes in it?
We're not really talking about online modes right now. Like I said, I can tell you that everything you can do in the game is online, so you're gonna have a good experience that way, but online we're saving for a bit later. So we got a bunch of different tracks. We got about 18 tracks in the game with about 54 different layouts. So depending on whether it's on the modes, depending which mode you're gonna be doing and how you're gonna be racing. So you could have an example like our London circuit here. We'll have a different couple of modes depending on the power of your car. So if you're racing a really powerful car, longer straightaways, that kind of stuff. And then the topless real life course in Japan, why don't we'll do London. And then we just got a selection of cars here. We got the BMW GT2, which I was talking about earlier. You can see it here, it's a nice car. We got the Zonda R, which is, only 739 horsepower, so careful with it. And then we got the GTR Spec V version, so it's right-hand drive from Japan. This is like, I don't know if you've driven a GTR. This car is hot. Seriously.
Only time we'll get to driving them.
And then for yourself here, we got a GT500, the muscle car.
There we go. Nice.
There you go. And then, you know, that's more of an example of an entry-level car. You're gonna start with something. Start with the Volkswagen, work your way up a little bit. But still, at 200 horsepower, it's a fun car to drive. Why don't we do the GTR in London?
Nice.
It's fun car, fun track. So you can see the car, as I was saying, we got the right-hand drive GTR here. So you can see some of the shakes. I'll hit the wall a little bit there. So you can see it bumping like that. So that's an example of an aggressive mover, you know, a dirty overtake, kind of, you know, rubbing up against the player there. Otherwise, you know, if you're doing a clean pass, that's more of a precise driving move. If I hit the wall here, you can see that kind of like disorientation I was talking a little bit about. And that's kind of a mediocre disorientation. If I hit the wall really hard at the end, so it gets really violent.
Nice.
Knock my hood up, and then drive. But and so there's that, and we really, and it doesn't take you out of the race, but it does give you that moments of consequence to more driving, right? Excuse my more driving. It's hard to drive and talk, but it's hard, you know, it's
Doing a great job.
And so this is downtown London, fictional circuit. Obviously, there's no racetrack in London, but we're, you know, gonna have some fun. The city courses always look so good. Damn. I'm upside down now. Oh, and now backwards. So, there you go. I went from second to last in a moment's notice. So there is that confusion when I got hit. I didn't know what direction I was facing. I didn't know what was going on. Let's go back to this here then. There you go. You get points for sliding on the corners. That's an aggressive type driving maneuver. And then I was getting points for the racing line, precision points for passing without hitting them, that kind of stuff. And again, really, like, we don't want people to like look at being an aggressive driver as being a bad driver, and a precise driving as being a good driver. We want them to look at who they are and how they drive as who they are. So
it's a personal preference.
It is. It's just, and it's not. We make no judgment calls, you know. And some tracks lend themselves to this is a tight track. It's technically oriented, so you're gonna bump and rub a lot more than you would on a more of a wide open track, like the Topless or something like that.
Well, the game definitely looks tight, man.
It looks good. I love this game. It's hot. It's one of the best looking games we've made in a long time. It's really nice.
When can we expect the release date?
It's on shelves. It's September 22nd. Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and PSP.
Nice, you heard it here. Make sure y'all copy it. The game looks tight.